Hi guys, how are you doing? This is the Jumper EZPad Mini 3 in front of me right here, and this is going to be a very quick review. I'm not going to take too long on this tablet because I have experienced a few problems with it, and really it's not worth the effort for me to go into too much detail for things like gaming and whatnot. So this is the only, at the moment, there's one coming up from Honda called the V80 Plus. But anyway, this is the only one at the moment at the time of this video that has a fully laminated display. So it's got a 1280 by 800 resolution screen. The screen is probably one of the best things of this tablet, that it's not bad at all. Quite a good screen to look at because you don't have that air gap. So it's the digitizer glass and then straight below it the IPS panel. Very nice. And you don't get all that reflection you do normally on other tablets like that. So the screen is quite good. Despite that lower resolution, it still looks quite good to me. And the tablet itself, plasticky build, but it's not too bad. Now it does have this cover here on the back that is removable. Now later someone posted in the comments of my unboxing video that there was a reason for this that I didn't realize. There's actually a keyboard for it that you can buy that clips onto the back of it, a Bluetooth one. But under that, we find our micro SD card slot, which is a little annoying to access. It's a bit of an odd design choice. I wish they had relocated that maybe to up here somewhere, or at least along the side here would have been good, so you could access it without having to pull off the cover all the time if you're someone like me that likes easy access to micro SD card slots, so you can quickly just pull in and out your cards. Well, you can't do that on this one. So plasticky build, a little, well, I wouldn't say flimsy, it's quite solid, it's not too bad. This is like a painted plastic, like an ABS style plastic. And overall there's no creaks or anything in it, and it's not flexing. Doesn't feel like it's going to fall to bits in your hands. So along the top here, we do have, very uncommon to see on this size of tablet. In fact, I think it's the only one out there that has it, a full proper USB 3 port. We'll be testing that later in the video. We have a 3.5mm headphone jack. There's the micro USB 2 for charging, this one here, sorry, and we do have HDMI out. So on the front there's a 2 megapixel camera, takes very average images as you'd expect, quite poor quality lens that it has in there, and low light, it's crap, it's horrible. You honestly, you can't really use it for video chat, but in good lighting, like the lighting I have on at the moment, nice and bright, it's usable for Skype. And on the back is another camera there, which is just 2 megapixels. It's a fixed focus and not very good. So all in all, the design of it, yeah, I mean, it's fine, I guess, for the price range. You got to remember that this is actually under 100 US. If you can get your hands on one, that is, because I can't seem to find where they are in stock anymore. They seem to be out of stock. And why that is, I don't know. Maybe probably because some of the problems I'm experiencing from it. I got this particular model here from everbuying.net, and they have it out of stock now, and so does GearBest, doesn't have it in stock, and AliExpress buys, so something's up there with the supply. So one of the positives of this tablet, apart from the fully laminated screen, is of course we do have a full-size USB 3 port, and it's a proper USB 3 port. It does work at USB 3 speeds, and as you'll see here, it will power my hard drive. So blue light on my Toshiba 1TB external drive means USB 3 mode. And it will power that quite happily just from that port, which is really good to see because a lot of these Chinese tablets and these Atoms have had problems with that. Now, can you charge and use it at the same time? Yes, I'm just going to actually check that out, but I think you will slowly lose charge dependent on what you're doing on the tablet. So if you're going to be gaming or have the screen at 100%, then it's not going to be able to keep up. It's not going to be able to power everything. So if I just move this over now to have a look at Battery Bar Pro, which gives me a readout here. So at the moment it is charging at only like half an amp there. The charge rate, well, 500 milliwatts. So not much, but it is charging. Now, if I was to increase that brightness, which probably is already on 100%, if it lets me, no, I can't touch the task manager there. This tablet has quite a few problems like that. It's just stopped working. But once that's working, yeah, I think if you lower the brightness, yes, you'll be able to power at the same time. But honestly, with these problems, like right now, hello, the whole screen's just got, I know, the taskbar has gone at the bottom there for me. So here is the only benchmark that I have run due to all those the problems I've been having with it, which is Geekbench 3. Now these scores are slightly lower than other Atom X5 Z8300s, marginally lower. Maybe the single core score should be in the 700s, and the multi-core score should be around 2000, 2100, so slightly lower there. So here are the eMMC speeds, and you see they're not really that good. It's using an N card, which from experience when opening these tablets up means it's got a B-Wind or 4C brand eMMC in there. What I would call not a proper brand of eMMC, a very cheap brand, and they always seem to have very low write speeds. You can see here that the 4K speeds on write are quite low, so if you're installing a large program, it's going to be a little slow. Overall, Windows seems to work okay when it's not locking up. Now, there's a bit of a problem. Now and then, I've noticed that the display, Intel display graphics will pop up a warning. I don't have access to search down here, nor the Windows Start doesn't seem to want to work. Now, there is no Start button on this tablet. That isn't working. And now and then I've just noticed it's been locking up, and also when rotating the display, so turning it up here now into portrait mode, sometimes that has been very slow and sluggish. Now, while this does have a very nice screen on it, I find that these problems here are quite troubling and really make me want to avoid getting this if I was looking to buy one. Unfortunately, I already have one, don't I? Now, the battery life you can get out of it is approximately, I'd say 4 hours to 4.5. This is the readout from Battery Bar here, which I find tends to be quite accurate, and I don't have to sit around for 4 hours and test out the full battery here, because I honestly don't have time, nor do I want to on this tablet, because it's just got so many problems. You'll see there that it has a 4300 milliamp hour battery, and overall that is not too bad. The capacity is probably slightly larger than some of the 8-inch tablets out there, like the Cube iWork 8 Ultimate, which only has an 3800 or 3600 milliamp hour battery, so slightly lower capacities. This does have the increased capacity there versus other tablets. And now, if you want the best capacity, then I would recommend going for the Xiaomi Mi Pad 2. That one has one of the best screens in it. It's a Retina screen as well, and it has a large 6800 milliamp hour battery in there, and you can get about 6 hours battery life from it. A very good tablet, that one, but it of course lacks the full-sized USB 3 port, unfortunately, which only the Mini has here. Another really annoying issue with the EZPad Mini3 here is often I can't seem to get the thing to wake up from sleep. Oh, there we go, it's going to work now. But normally when I put it to sleep and then try and bring it back out again, the screen, there we go, it's doing it again. It goes blank. You can see the screen is actually on, but it's not displaying anything. So there's a problem with the drivers. Now, I have tried to update to the latest Intel graphics driver, and I've tried 2 different sets of drivers. So one was first the Windows Update one that automatically came through when I first set the system up. The second is one that I downloaded from laptopdriverstogo.com, which was an updated one. And oh, there we go, it's going to work again. So here's a look at the temperatures on the little bit of testing that I have done around Geekbench 3 and the other benchmarks, and it got up to 75 degrees. Now, what I noticed that at around 75 degrees, or just before then, that the tablet started to freeze up on me, become quite sluggish and slow. Even though it says there that there was no thermal throttling, something was definitely going on, something wrong there. Not good at all to see that. Very frustrating to use the tablet once it started to get warm. And I noticed just around this area here, just before the camera there, it got quite hot in this area. Very hot, in fact, on the surface there, because it's all surrounded by plastic. Probably doesn't help to dissipate heat. So to recap my findings on this, I can honestly not recommend this tablet at all because of the problems that you've seen that I'm having. The screen's been freezing up. It's got trouble trying to wake up from sleep, and overall just a little annoying and very frustrating to use. That frustrating that I'm not even going to go there testing out games or even 3D Mark benchmarks, because there's no point really, because it's not a tablet that I would recommend anyone gets. The positive sides, okay, we've got to look at the fact that yes, it does have a USB 3 port on there, which is really good to see on an 8-inch tablet. And having a fully laminated display, another super positive there. It's good to see that we're not getting the non-laminated display with a big gap in them. Finally, the Chinese tablets are starting to work more towards the fully laminated displays that people really want, which is good. So this tablet had so much promise, really, to be maybe a solid little good 8-inch tablet with a full USB 3 port there and a nice screen, but it just is let down by the lack of software optimization, drivers problems, whatever is causing the slight hiccups this thing is happening. And when it starts to get hot and warm, it just completely sort of freezes up on you, which is not good at all to see, which is why I would say stay away from this one. Thanks for watching the review. I'll have more coming up on the channel, so keep an eye out for those up and coming videos.